Hey everyone, welcome to Kernels, where we discuss short films. It's been a while, so a little rusty at this. Um, Today's Kernel is it's typical Kernel, somewhat. It's a pilot episode more so than a short film. It's Tires from 2019, which actually turned into a TV show for Netflix in 2023, 2024 that you can watch now. But we'll get into it.
And it's done by the infamous Shane Gillis, right?
Yes, and Gerbs, Shane and Gerbs.
Yeah. So the one kind of note to myself that I wrote down, this is like totally, if you're into Shane Gillis's like comedy, this is totally
Yeah,
it's like totally his comedy, totally his like feel for everything. And he just has some extra buddies to kind of go along with with the comedy.
well, this feel like when I watched this, because I actually watched the Netflix show too. It reminded me of like the 2000s, like the early 2000s comedies, where they just didn't give a damn what they said, like joke wise or like who they offended. They were just like, "Hey, we think this is funny. We're gonna say it," and that's really how this felt. Watching this short, which then turned into the TV show. The TV show is just like that.
Does it still have, because this short, it almost kind of like emulates, like you said, the early 2000s where
Hmm.
um it's almost like emulating, it's filmed in front of a live audience, almost like that Tool House style, like Family
Oh, the Home
Matters, where you
Improvement.
believe an audience is right in front of them and
Yeah,
watching that.
yeah. The way this is filmed is like the TV show is filmed exactly the same way.
Interesting. Yeah, it gives you that old school feel and everything. And I
Yeah.
think I think that can also be a 50-50 whether or not people like that or not, because like you see some TV shows have gone away from that. Now modern TV shows are basically just movies broken up into like multiple episodes.
Yeah. Actually, most of the shows we've watched
But
for TV dinner are like that.
yeah, right. It's not like a syndicated. I know syndicated's like Friends now, but like it's not that style of TV shows that we have anymore. Like
Yeah.
people want long formed episodes.
Yeah, and I'm not against that. I'm cool with the long form. It gives you a chance to like, if you want to take a break and get back into it instead of having to like binge or be forced to watch something on a weekly basis. You can take your time if you want, or you can binge it.
Yeah, I feel like these style shows, like what it turned into with this is that these are easy to watch. This was like a 10-minute short or like
Mm-hmm.
pilot, and I'm assuming the episodes on Netflix are like 30
Like
minutes max,
like
right?
25. Yeah.
Yeah, super simple. They're easy to put on. I'm assuming they're easier to binge because it's like,
Oh yeah.
oh, you probably have gone through like three of them, and you're like, that's only an hour and a half, basically.
That's what happened to me. Like I put on the first episode. It ended, and then I was at episode 5, but it felt like 5 minutes later. And then I was done with the season, and I was like, "What? I only watched 4 or 5 episodes. How am I done with the season already?"
now, like my question was like, to myself basically was, you already seen the actual TV show,
Mm-hmm.
but like my question was like, does this make me want to watch the TV show? Or on your end, did you believe that this was enough for like a TV show to be made out of this?
I think so. I think this gave enough meat in order for somebody to understand, like, okay, this could be a viable TV show
Mm-hmm.
because they
At least for
really
like
just
one season, right?
yeah. Actually, I think they're working on a second season already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was good enough for that.
Well, yeah, it's like it does make me want to watch it actually, because it's funny. It kind of does kind of make you remember of like the 2000s era, or like the
Hmm.
early night or like the 90s and stuff, where like everyone's kind of slapstick. It does remind me of uh like Tool, what is it, Full House and all that stuff,
Oh,
like the
Home
old
Improvement, and
Home Improvement and everything.
yeah,
So yeah, but I can see a lot of people being like, oh, like let alone the style of comedy that Shane Gillis
Yeah,
likes to use. I
it's
can
gonna be
see some
shocking for
people.
people.
Yeah, it's gonna be shocking for people, but I do believe that sometimes like that older form of like TV show can be off-putting to some people. Like, but this is just like
Yeah,
an easy thing to watch,
yeah, like you can't go wrong.
right? Now, who do you recommend this to? Knowing as to like Shane Gillis's like style and the what?
It's I've already recommended it to a friend. He binged it and enjoyed it. I think I would recommend it to friends first, friends that you know the style of comedy they enjoy. So this friend, I knew he would be into this type of comedy, so I was like, "Hey, you should check this out." I thought it was hilarious, but it's definitely not for everybody. Or you would have to like ease into like, "Hey, what kind of movies do you like?" If you were to recommend it to somebody, and then go from there.
Right. I think definitely if you want to kind of keep on like knowing as to what people watch on Netflix, if people have watched like F is for Family with Bill Burr, you
Oh
will
yeah,
definitely love this like Tires kind of TV show or even the short film just or the pilot that we just watched to see if it's something that interests you and like be
yeah,
like, hey, like this turned into something. This actually turned into something and they're working on
yeah.
more. I
You
think
can binge
definitely in
it
the
right
style
now.
of like F is for Family, yeah, and go in it where it's like, okay, you're like probably everyone's gonna be offended by everything.
Yeah.
so so yeah, so I think going in it and if you don't like that, then yeah, then choose to watch something else and stuff. And
Yeah, there's plenty of
there's
other shows you can
there's
watch.
many other things on Netflix and all the other streaming services too.
Yes.
Uh, But yeah, so let us know if you've seen Tires. It's a pilot short film sort of deal. We'll link it in the description below. So it's a video found on YouTube. But let us know if you've seen Tires by Shane Gillis. In the comments below if you liked it, disliked it, what you thought about the sense of humor. And then please like and subscribe to Saturday Night Popcorn for more kernels like these.